First get into position like this, then move like that. Yep, that's it.
Alright, hey buddy! We got a new patch. So we got new characters. Well, they're not new. They're reruns. We also got a new event for summer. And we got some new cards that have been released and some new card battles. Which is cool. So I'm gonna do a little chill stream here.
As if you're about to blow up.
But I actually need to check on Mama Vita. I'm sorry, I just heard her call my name, so I'm gonna BRB in a minute. And check on Mama Vita. I'm sorry, Raitha. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for hanging out with me before you go to bed. Yeah, so we're gonna do some trading card games. We're gonna check out the new characters. We got 5 characters to check out. Here's the 5 stars. Eula's really fun. She hasn't had a rerun for a long time. Like, I don't think she's ever had a rerun. Klee, she's cute, but I wouldn't say she's that good. Mika's pretty meh. Razor's okay, and Toma's okay as well. Toma can work with some fun teams, so we'll try out those characters. But I gotta check on Mama Vita real quick, okay? Sorry, guys. I should have done this before I started the stream, but she just called on me, so I'll be right back.
First get into position like this, then move like that. Yep, that's it. Relaxing days like this are nice. Let's take it easy.
Okay, sorry about that. Just cleaning up a little bit. Sorry, guys. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm sorry. I just wanted
First
to
get into position like
check on
this.
Mama Vita. She's doing good today. She's going to have a nurse come and check her out.
That's it.
Make sure she's okay. Probably take some blood work and maybe do some exercises or something like that. Check her blood pressure, you know. Sorry about that. I didn't realize we'd be all ready to go. Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for hanging out. Let me get some water real quick. Just a second. Just a second. Okay. Okie dokie. Mama Vita's doing great. Good job. She's doing very well today. My brother's helping out, which is kind of nice. My brother's helping out, getting some groceries. Merry Christmas! Happy summer. Anyway, we got a brand new Genshin patch today, so it's gonna be. We're gonna check out the characters, see if anybody wants to pull on them. I don't think I need to pull on any of these characters. Then we got some new card game opponents to play, so we'll do that for a minute, and then after that, we'll start the Secret Summer Paradise event, which is a big, look at that, 40-day long event. So gonna be lots of hugs from Mama Vita, fist bump, brother. Thank you. Thanks, Xander. Thanks, Raitza, for asking about Mom. You guys are the best. Anyway, I don't do Genshin streams very much, as you know, but when there's brand new content to check out, I will generally check it out. So let's do the characters first. Let's start with the 4 stars. This is Toma. I think he's like a shield support, fire applicator, maybe a small healer. I don't know. He seems like he could work in a couple of teams. He wasn't very popular for a while, but now I think he's okay. Now I think he's all right. Like, he works with some Virgin teams and some reverse melt teams or some melt teams and stuff. So vaporized stuff. Toma's elemental skill deals AoE pyro damage, summons a defensive barrier, summons a shield. Attaining the barrier will allow new damage absorption to stack with the amount currently remains. In other words, you can refresh damage absorption. When he uses elemental burst, he deals AoE pyro damage, creates a scorching Oyori. Characters under the effects of the scorching will trigger fiery collapse with their normal attacks, dealing pyro damage and summoning another blazing barrier. Okay, so yeah, he's a little bit of support, pyro application. It honestly doesn't seem too bad. This is an interesting team they've given us here. So pop that down, pop that down, pop that down. Yeah, this is a weird team they've given us here. I think he could be. I think Toma could be okay. You know, maybe not the greatest of all characters, but you get like some pyro. You get some pyro stuff going on there. He seems all right.
Check this out.
I wouldn't say he's like OP or anything like that, but he's interesting.
You're toast.
I don't know why there's... You know, he's okay. He's okay. I'd say you could make a good case for building a team around Toma. You know, not with him in it. I wouldn't go crazy for pulling for him though. If you're like really interested in that character, I'd be a little bit tempered with my expectations with Toma, but he's certainly not going to be your main DPS. I mean, if he is, I guess you could build him. I wouldn't recommend it, but you know, he's okay. Razor, on the other hand, could be a DPS character. Yeah, this is a very old character from the very beginning of the game, but he's pretty decent. Not my favorite. Kind of looks cool though. Tapping his elemental skill will cause him to rend opponents in front of him and gain an electro sigil. Holding his elemental skill will deal AoE and consume the sigil, converting it into energy. His elemental burst summons the wolf within, strikes alongside Razor, increases his attack speed. Okay, yeah. So you'll see. This guy is he ain't bad. He ain't too bad. He's sort of a poor man's DPS character. If you don't have any like really good 5-star DPS, he could work in the beginning of your game probably. I mean, you can see he does some damage. He gets energy back. You know, he does stuff. It's kind of fun.
Leave the wounded to me.
I don't even know. This is the new character.
Neutralizing threats.
Neutralizing threat.
Think you can bully me?
We'll get some cryo out on the field, and we can do some elemental reactions. So you can see Razor can work pretty decently if you have a couple of characters.
One teeth to my hammer. Keep back.
Keep back. He's a little bit of a discount Sino, right?
Shadow Raven. Let night fall.
Little discount Sino, but he works.
Let's keep going, team.
He works alright. If I was a beginner player and I got a few Razor constellations and I didn't have a bunch of money to spend on the game or whatever, silly question, what's DPS? No problem. It's damage per second. It means it's a character. If you're playing some sort of team game like this and you have a character that does DPS, it means you're the one who's going to be doing the damage for your team. Although that's not necessarily true in all of the, like, you can have support characters that can do damage as well. But, yeah. Yep. It's not a silly question at all. Not a silly question at all. Okay. So it looks like Toma is like shield support and pyro application, and then Razor is like DPS with some electro application as well. Damage per second. Wolf Boy, he seems okay. Both of these characters seem alright. Mika, I've heard, is... I mean, I haven't built him, but I've heard he's not the best. Let's take a look what Mika is about, huh? Let's take a look, then we'll show you the 5 stars that you can pull. Tapping Mika's elemental skill will allow him to fire a frost arrow that can pierce opponents. Holding his elemental skill will allow him to aim and fire Rimstar Flare at a targeted foe. Rimstar Flare will split into shards that can be launched at other opponents. After casting his elemental skill, he will grant an active party members the Soul Wind state, which increases their attack speed while they are on the field. After he unlocks certain passive talents, Soul Wind can also provide physical damage based on number of opponents hit with Mika's skill. Okay, so this guy's a support as well. Yeah, so this guy is a support as well. You want to snipe opponents with your skill and then swap off of him. I don't know how long it lasts for. Probably as long as the skill is out. Give people attack speed and also physical damage buff. So you could work with characters like Eula. In other words, there's probably a reason they put him on Eula's banner. Elemental Burst restores HP for all party members and bestows the Eagle Plume state, which allows characters to regain HP when normal attack hits. Yeah, okay, so he also heals during his burst. Okay. Silly, gotcha. No problem. So this guy is definitely not a main DPS character. This guy is a healer when he has his burst out, and then he supports his teammates when he hits opponents with his crossbow bolts. Their attack speed and damage go up a little bit. Interesting. He would work. I think he would work pretty well with Eula, the 5-star character. Probably Razor as well. Interesting. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put down this, and then we'll put down this, and we'll mark opponents like that, and that should, in theory, increase the damage and speed of my. Yeah, I can see that. Of my elemental attack, of my normal attacks. I could see that. I could see that working out. And then this heals a little bit. Is that right?
Neutralizing threats.
Interesting. I can tell that his attack speed is a little bit higher, yeah. Yeah, I can see that a little bit. I wouldn't say he's incredible, but I don't know really what teams he worked out for. I guess physical damage dealing teams that want higher attack speed, I guess, and a little bit of healing. He seems like a pretty mediocre character, if not poor. If not poor. Honestly, I don't know if I will use him anytime soon. Okay, and now we have our 2 5-stars, both main DPS characters. We have Klee, who came out a really long time ago, and Eula, who came out later but has not had a rerun. This is her first time. I think this is her first rerun in ever, I think. Hey Ethan, the first banner is Eula Klee. I would not recommend pulling for this character unless you just like her, because she's cute as shit. Eula, though, is an excellent DPS character. I'll show you how both of these guys work. So let's show you Klee, Fleeing Sunlight. She's adorable. Klee has... How do I describe her? Klee has some good support build, but when she wants to do her damage, she has to stay on the field to do her damage, and in terms of the other main characters, main DPS characters, I would not say her damage is like extraordinarily good. But she does set up for other reactions, and if you somehow manage to gain a way that she can use her fire attack, first of all, she's a catalyst user, so everything she has is pyro. You can also use her main damage is going to be her charge attack. And one thing you can do is you can cancel her charge attack by jumping or dashing out of it, which is actually pretty decent. It means you can act, normally you can't act very quickly out of this charge attack as you see, but you can act a little bit faster if you dash out of it or jump out of it. So, but that uses a lot of stamina. So anyway, Klee is pretty good for damage. Yeah, I mean she's okay. But in other words, other main damage characters, I think she's a bit on the lower side. So what we're gonna do,
My guiding stars.
put up this, and then we're gonna try to set up some elemental reactions. We're gonna use Klee's little bombs like this to set her up. And then hopefully when we're ready, we can go like this for Sing Show.
Rain outlines
And
your
then we can pop Klee, and we should get some bonus damage here because we're gonna set enemies on fire while they're in the pyro state like this. So this is a party that you could actually use Klee for some good damage. When you have Sing Shows,
Cold. Mine's a command. The night is cold.
I'm going in.
when you have Sing Shows elemental burst ready. As you can see, this can actually do some pretty decent damage. But honestly, this might be like one of the only teams where I find her like particularly viable.
Shine for me.
Rain outlines your fate.
Is in some sort of vaporized team like this. So she's alright. She does set up for some elemental reactions with her bombs. You can use like wind characters and pull the bombs in. But honestly, unless you really like her, I probably, just if you like her kit, I probably wouldn't pull for her, to be honest. But she's cute and she's fun to play, I guess. Kind of slow to attack. Good to see you, Ethan. Good to see you. The next banner is, after this, if you're interested, Ethan, is Wanderer and Kokomi. And if it were me, those are the two characters I probably would be saving my primos for. This is just my opinion, but I think Wanderer and Kokomi are both excellent, excellent units. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yeah, that's what I think. So now, we'll show you our next cute our next little 5-star here. And this is Eula. And she is if you can believe this, a physical damage dealing DPS unit. One of the only ones in the game that you do this with. She does have some cryo attacks, but that's not where her real bread is buttered, as I will show you. So what you want to do with Eula is pull out her Grim stack, get some, I think it's called Resolve or something like that, Grim Resolve. Use that a couple of times, and then when you have your Resolve stacks ready to rock and roll, I mean, there's a couple of ways you can play this character, but get out Eula and use her attack, her elemental burst, and then go absolutely ham on enemies. Just wombo combo. And then when this sword is ready to go, it lands down and does very good DPS.
Shadow Raven, left.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
Let's keep going, team.
Very, very good
Rack and
DPS.
ruin.
Yeah. Very strong damage dealing character. Works against a lot of different types of enemies. Is a bit of a hog though. Uses a lot of energy. And is a little bit of a hog in terms of needs to be on the field for quite a long time. But overall, a fun character to use. And that she hasn't been on the banners for a long time. So if you're looking for a weird, unusual physical damage dealing DPS, Eula could be your go-to. However, if it were me, and I had limited amount of wishes, which I do, because I'm not a whale, I would call myself a dolphin, I buy the battle pass. If it were me, and I have limited resources, I would probably wait for the next banner, which is Wanderer and Kokomi. Because both of those characters are like super good at different things, but in the meantime, okay, before we start our summer paradise, we're going to play a couple of card game matches. Because we have some new characters we can invite. Now, I'm not going to invite all of them right now, but we can. New trading card game cards have been released, and new characters. Candice, Yanfei, and Kazuha. Yay! Let's play a couple of matches. Let's play a couple of matches. We need some money. I do not know what. Oh, interesting. I do not know what is special about the character that I'm fighting right now. I probably don't need the. You know, I'm gonna re-roll this whole hand. Okay. Looks like we got, after you use a skill, switch to the next character once per round. Oh, that's interesting.
Whatever would you do without me?
That's interesting. I can handle that. I'm trying out a new deck. It seems okay. It's sort of like a food deck hybridized with an artifact deck. And then the main gimmick is getting a lot of field. The main gimmick of my deck is getting a lot of field magic out. There's two supports that they have left. A lot of field cards out. A lot of support cards. Like this, I like a bunch of stuff. But I may be, to be honest, the weakness of this deck might be that I have too many elements to it. I have food elements and I have artifact elements. Like, I might be trying to do a little too much and not focusing enough. So this should swap me over, I think, to a new character. Doesn't that say switch to the next character? Does that not count as an elemental skill? It's kind of strange. I don't know why I did that.
Gonna be epic.
I should have probably played this Lotus Crisp. That's weird. Or maybe it only applies to this character. After your character uses a skill, switch to the next character. Maybe it only applies to her. I have no clue. I have no clue. Okay, let's play. We need to use an elemental skill here. And these guys can only be broken with what? Fire and electric? Okay, that seems acceptable. That seems acceptable, and that's going to probably put them into some sort of activation state, huh? And you do have two supports coming out as well. Let's play Catherine. And then I think I'm going to play... I don't think I need this card. Let's play that and go like that.
Let's light it up.
Break your shield. And our turn. Yeah, it must be her that gets this Ley line disorder, because I just used an elemental skill. It did not switch my characters, so... Okay. Yeah, Klee is okay for damage. To be honest, she doesn't really stack up very well against the other characters in terms of DPS damage. But she's cute and she's kind of weird to play and interesting to play. So if you're interested in her, you can pull for her. I, to be honest, would not recommend it, but... You know, whatever. It doesn't really matter who you play with in this game too much. Unless you're trying to do the Spiral Abyss or something. Ouch. Did a lot of damage. And they switched over to their next character. So they can do Dendro attack. They do a +1 damage. Yeah, it's pretty good. What do we want to do here? Probably use another elemental skill, I think. Do I want to give you an artifact? Not really. Let's play the Lotus Crisp on him. Because he's about to get mollywopped by 3 damage +1 because it'll be a Dendro Catalyst attack. Yeah. And then let's go like this. And go like this.
Out of the way!
Yarr, yarr. There we go. Get a little shield there. We do not have enough pyro to use his elemental burst. So maybe I'll switch over to Kaya here and destroy this monster. But we're gonna need some more cryo energy. Okay. That monster's dead. So that's good. So that works okay. That works okay. Kind of running out of cards here, but I think we'll be alright. Useless Electro. Useless and Yaimigo not as good in this fight, I suppose. It's okay. That's okay. Let's see what we get here. I'd love to get some cryo dice. But we ended up with Electro and Pyro mostly. Bouncing. He bouncing. He bouncing. Okay, well, that's nice. So now all of your damage dealers are gonna die. We can just use a normal attack. Yeah. A bunch of Electro. These guys are immune to Electro, right? Yeah. So Yaimiko is not going to help us in this fight. I suppose we probably want to use Kaya's elemental burst. Do I have enough energy to do it? Yeah. But we need 4 cryo dice. I think I'll just go like this. Let's just get a frost attack. Kill that one and then do some damage to the rest. I think we should be okay here. I think we should be okay here. I have nothing to use my energy on, unfortunately. Could swap characters, there's no real reason to do that though. This guy's going to attack and it's going to switch him over to the one with 2 energy. And what is the 2 energy attack of this character? It's probably like deal 3 electro damage or something. I don't care about any of this energy. Do not need electro. That's all they want to give me. Up, 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 up. Normal attack. Oh, that doesn't count as an elemental skill, so he's not going to swap. Oh, he does count as a skill. Okay. What is, just out of curiosity, what's your... Deal 4 electro damage. Well, we can't be having that. So, go like this. Can't be having that.